Now then everybody, it's Dan from Home Physique. So recently you will have seen the slide at the start of my videos. It says Powerlifting for PSPA. Now what that is there's a charity called the PSP Association, and PSP is Progressive Supranuclear Palsy. Now that is quite a mouthful to say. It's even harder to say if you've actually got the disease, as the disease affects quite a lot of your brain and affects quite a lot of your basic functions in life. The main things that PSP does is it affects basically a lot of the muscles in your face, so you can often find that the person that's got it looks quite emotionless. Eyelids is one thing, they end up looking quite as though they're falling to sleep, quite tired, or they can often be just sort of gazing upwards, like a gaping mouth as well. It's they can't control the face, they lose control of their emotions as well, and sometimes balance is greatly affected, swallowing is affected, and just general like feeding. It's something that we all take these things for granted until you get hit by something like this. Now it's often seen as Parkinson's disease at first. I mean, we all thought that it was Parkinson's, Basically, my mother-in-law to be, I ain't married yet, but it's happening this year, and she started changing. I noticed a difference in her a couple of years ago, to be honest. She didn't seem the same self. I noticed in her eyes that something didn't seem right. She was also on medication at the time, and we thought, to be honest, that the medication was what was causing her to be so drowsy and tired. All she used to say was that she felt tired all the time. And you'd say, "How are you doing? Are you alright? Did you sleep okay?" She'd be like, "No, not really, and I'm so tired," and stuff like that. And you just thought, "Oh, she's tired. That's why she's so down. That's why her eyes are like that." But she started getting worse, and you started finding that she was more drowsy all the time, really just non-responsive to you, just sort of in her own little world. And we ended up getting we've finally got a diagnosis of PSP, Progressive Supranuclear Palsy, and nobody knows what it is. If you do a search on the internet, there's very limited information, but one great source of information is the PSP Association. They also have meetings where people that are suffering with it can go meet up, get information, get help, get guidance, and already it's been a really big help for my mother-in-law and the family. I think without them they'd be still quite lost. So what I'm trying to do is just raise awareness for them. I'm going to be running this slide on my videos just simply so that it pops up and you see it. It gives you an incentive to think, wonder what that is. Maybe I'll go read about it, and you find out. Like I say, it can affect anybody, and you'd think this type of thing would happen when you're really old and late in life, but she's only in her 50s. And this is the type of disease you would associate with like being like in your 70s or 80s, when you really get into the end, and you'd think that's what, but she's just so young to have this, and it's a crazy disease, put it that way. There's currently no cure for it. There's no real way of treating it other than just by being there for the person that's got it and helping them out. They become in the later stages of it, I understand that they become very dependent on other people, literally to the point where they have to have everything done for them. So it's a very rapid onset. Typical lifespan from onset is 5 to 7 years. So things happen fast. So I watched a video earlier today, and it was it's about another person whose father suffers with it. I'm going to link that video below. I watched it and I got a little bit emotional, I'll have to admit. Big pudding, but just seeing how her dad is and knowing that is coming, it's a bit of a reality check. It's gonna be some tough future for us all. So yeah, like I say, I'm trying to raise money for awareness and just basic fundraising through Just Giving. The link's going to be below. Any donation is greatly welcome, but even just by helping sharing this video just so it gets out there, I really appreciate it, and I thank you very much for it. It'd be brilliant to try and figure something up, like the Ice Bucket Challenge, how that rose massive awareness for ALS Foundation. It'd be brilliant to do something like that. but we need to try and come up with ideas. I'll probably end up running powerlifting based challenges on the channel, you know, like I've done before. I did the Big Free challenge. I'll come up with something and try to raise awareness and maybe get some donations going towards the PSP Association. So there you go, thank you very much. Sorry if I've rambled on for a while, but you know, this is quite close to home for me at the minute, but thanks. Cheers now.